Welcome to week 10 for the lab. Now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to backtrack for a second. I'm going to go back to week 9. So I'm going to go down to the lab. Okay, the axial skeleton, there's the video I made for you last week. Here is your lab list, and here's the PowerPoint. Now, let me say this, for any assignment you're going to do for the skeletal system, you're going to be using that lab list, and you're going to be using the terminology that's on that particular lab list. And when you answer questions, answer it exactly how it's written on that lab list. I do have one thing you don't have to do, but here are some diagrams. Down here was the axial skeleton lesson that you need to work on for this section. And what I have here, so here it says skull bones. So what I did, and I tried to do a PowerPoint. Once again, we're kind of breaking new ground here. What I ended up doing was just using some of these pictures. Now these pictures are going to be the ones that are used for your lab assignment. But there's a front view of the skull or anterior. Here's a side view. I made videos for each section. I went through what each bone is, the things we go over, the things we cover. And I used that lab list that was found up here, this particular one. It's the same one that is posted on week 10. Sorry, nothing like big giant pregnant pauses when you're trying to make a video. So yeah, see this terminology, the bone. If you watch the videos that I'm showing you, I'll go through all this. Here's the parietal bones, zygomatic bones, but that's a list we're going to be using. So what I did, there's the skull bones. There's a video that I go through that whole document with the skull bones, with the lab list. Here is a vertebrae document, handout's got pictures of vertebrae. Made a video going through all the parts on that. And here's a thoracic bone, which is basically the rib cage, sternum, video for that. Now, this right here, this is under tab number 9. This is a practice assignment. This was not here on Friday. But what you can do, you'll click on that. My original intent was to make it 10 questions. I only got 9. I had it open a little too early before I could get the 10th one in. So it's a good practice activity for you when you click on it. See, it's just going to be, it's sort of like it's going to be an exam type format. Yeah, make sure you save your answers, but here are some instructions, read through those, and then look, once you hit start, now I have this set up that you have 60 minutes to do this. You can do it an unlimited amount of times. But here is question number 1. So see, that is asking, what is this ridge? And here, down here in the bottom, see where I click on that, and I'm going to put some gibberish, see? That's where you're going to type your answers. And you are expected to spell them correctly. Make your answers lowercase. I said that up here and somewhere. In fact, I mean, I'm going to go back and add that here, but it does say that in the instructions, make your answer lowercase. That right there is the superciliary ridge. And I just asked some skull questions, I think a sternum question, a jaw, some vertebrae, just to give you some practice. Your actual lab assignment you're going to do for this section is going to be a 50-question exam/assignment in this exact format. You're going to have some arrows. It's going to ask you name the bone, name the structure, and you're going to have to write them in. I am going to give you a pretty lengthy period of time to do it. Once you do it, you are going to have one shot at it. What you would do in a lab class is you would take an exam based on this right here. These things would be sitting on a table. It would ask you number 32, name the ridge. And you got to write it into your lab answer sheet. You guys are going to be writing it down here. Okay? You can do this an unlimited amount of times. You can, like I just left, could probably get right back in if I wanted to. I added this thing down here just to make sure you've gotten to the bottom of the page. But that's under tab number 9. Now, I'm trying not to make this video too long. So to go back to week 10, so here's the lab class where you have clicked on this video. It's not there yet. But here is the same lab list. This is the upper and lower appendicular skeletons. There's a assignment you can do. It's based for a grade. There's the upper. This is the lower. I have here an upper appendicular document. Here's a video going through each bone that's part of the upper appendicular skeleton. Here's the lower appendicular bones, the lower appendicular skeleton. And that's it for this week. So go through, review everything, make sure you know where everything is located. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to place your actual lab activity probably on the following week, week 11. And I'll give you plenty of time to do it. We actually only have one more section in lab after this, the muscle. And it's the little piggy in your box. And we're going to make that as probably just ask you major muscles for that. That's going to be your last lab assignment. So that's what you're doing this week in lab. Go over the videos under tabs 9 and 10, take that practice exam, and just kind of get familiar with the skeletal list and all the structures on there. Okay, so anyway, have a good week. Email me if you need help with something.